of every packer, but for the easy ones such as FSG and I believe ASPAC, we've intentionally left some older versions unsupported because we want a community to start with something easy, so they can just extend the existing framework from that starting point. And that's it for the TitanMist project. Some questions? Yeah, well, as you heard just now, the TitanMist project is a database, and you can extend that. So if you come across something that we don't support yet, you can easily add a signature for that and create an unpacker. We can just mail us a sample, and we'll happily take a look at it. If it's something of interest, we can add that ourselves.
So if there's no signature, then it won't be able to...
Of course, this isn't a generic unpacker. So this isn't a one-click solution. We wanted to we wanted to have community contributing to this because we know that there are talented reverse engineers all over the world which are happy to work at this. We know of the existence of 800 scripts, and these guys have been working over the past few years on this. So this is a community project which has targeted unpacking. This isn't a generic solution because we can't really rely on generic solutions to handle each and every one of those cases. That's why the targeted one is the way to go. Anybody else? Yes?
Have you done much performance testing? For instance, have you looked at the differences in different types of unpacker scripts that you've written and compared it with commercially available things or with your own number?
Yeah, well, we did some performance testing for our last presentation. That was Caro workshop in Helsinki, and the numbers we came up with, and these are pretty accurate, is for dynamic unpacking it takes about 250 milliseconds. That's a round number about for the files for under 1 megabyte to be unpacked, and that's as fast as they are executing. So there's little to none performance penalty for dynamic unpackers. For the static ones, they can go even faster because the only penalty they have is the speed of the algorithm for the decompression, but that's also for the packer. So static ones can go faster than the actual execution. It depends on the file format, of course. Yes?
Will you handle, like structured exception handling for a packer fence to change the exception handling?
Okay, yeah, well, the Titan engine can handle all of that. It just depends on how you create your unpacker. So all of the exceptions that are thrown at you are handled by the Titan engine. That doesn't matter. But if there are some protection options and you're referring to that as well, you can handle that yourself. It depends on the file format. So because you are writing the unpacker for the format, you have to reverse engineer it and counter everything it throws at you. But it has built-in functions to hide the debugger and do the standard stuff we do today. So back to you.
You have coverage on Tomida and Protect and other virtualized packers?
Well, if you write an unpacker for that, we'll be happy to include it.
I mean, are they currently in your database?
No, as I said, we have 20 formats, and those are it. And you know, Tomida is a pretty complex unpacker. If we just gave that free, people would use this tool to break intellectual property, which is protected by Tomida, and we really don't want to do that. So if in your lab you can create your unpacker for Tomida and use it, we do that as well. Anybody else? Yes, you?
There are some packers out there that will unpack the code into a separate process, like
Okay.
PDCrypt or RunPE.
Yeah.
Support for that kind of thing?
Yes, the Titan engine supports multiple unpacking instances, so you can just detach those processes and continue unpacking that process. As I said, it depends on how you create your own unpacker. This isn't a one-click solution. So for the Titan script, it only supports single process unpackers, but there's about 200 packer families which can be supported by this, so I'm thinking this is good enough. And for the rest, you can just write your own native unpacker, which will easily be plugged into the system. Anybody else? It's you?
Does Titan also support unpacking data that is not really part of the PM that's like unpacks it in the heap, unpacks it in the stock heap, and still get to them?
Yeah, the Titan engine has some functions in it which enable statical decompression. So if there are some known statical compressions such as zlib, I think, and applib and lzma that's supported by the engine. You could just give it a pointer and it will decompress that memory for you, and then you do what you want with it. Yes?
You're trying to build a community around this, or is there some forum or something?
Yes, the forum is on our website, and we will create a much better Q&A kind of website in the days to follow, so we can ask questions and have them answered faster. So if you think of Stack Overflow and websites like that, it's going to be like that, because that's easier to monitor QA. Anybody else?
Have you already reached out to any prevailing organizations that have a number of years of experience in this effort to really kickstart that community effort at this point?
Well, reverse engineering community is quite large, and most of them already follow what we do since last year when we did the Titan engine project, and they are happy to see what we do today. We also have some people that are creating their own unpacking tools, which are similar to TitanMist, based on the Titan engine framework as well. Anybody else? If not, that's all we have. Thank you.